Good evening, Dark Horse Nation. Hope you guys and gals have had a great day today. It is August 17th, 2026. Guys, it has been another hellacious hot day. So, the temperature that you see was just now, and at 5 o'clock, guys, that temp was 103 on that thermometer. And so it has been miserable. So I just wanted to share this experience with you all. Maybe, hopefully, it will save y'all some headache and frustration in the future. It was last week before last, I had noticed that the unit, the heat pump, it was not cooling the house as well as it should be. I keep my thermostat set on 73 just because of my health conditions, and it got to the point during the hot days we've been having high 90s, 100s. There was like a 7-degree difference between the inside temp and what was on the thermostat. Now, I do realize that when it's hot outside, most heat pumps are rated to stay within 20 degrees of the ambient air outside. So heat pumps struggle once you start getting up around 90, 100. They have a hard time keeping the rooms cool as to what you have it set as. So that was the issue I was having, and I let it go. And I'm thinking, well, it's just because of hot weather. So I'm just letting it ride temporarily. I'm thinking, okay, it's extremely hot. I know that's hard for units to keep up. And so I noticed what was happening, that the unit, the outside condenser, would come on. And before that, sometimes you would hear the contactor try to engage just for a split second, stop, and then 10 seconds later to 15 seconds kick on, and the condenser would run. The upstairs air handler or the attic air handler, the fan was running, and it would run for about 25 minutes at the most and then shut off. And so the temperature was never being lowered. It would kick off and it could not cool the house. I mean, it could not remove the warm air. So I'm thinking, what is going on with this thing? So anyway, I happen to be over at Home Depot, and that's the reason for this video. And just went over to buy something for the house, and this guy walks up and is advertising for a particular local air conditioning company, a $29.99 or $29 cleaning service. I'm thinking, okay, I had not had mine cleaned in probably 2 years, and I thought, okay, 29 bucks, sounds legit. And he gave me the name and set up the appointment and all that. They give me a call and they come out. And so I'm expecting them to clean the unit and whatever else. And I explained to the kid, and he was a young kid, what was going on with the unit, that it was not cooling the house the way it should. And I said I didn't know if it was the thermostat or maybe the coils or the condenser needed to be cleaned out. So he goes upstairs in the attic first thing, looks at the air handler, comes back down. He said everything looks fine up there. Okay. Then he pulled the thermostat off the wall, put it back in place. That's all he did. Then he came outside to the condenser and he did check pressure. He did check the Freon, or he checked the amperage and checked the Freon, and then he did take a water hose and sprayed down the outside of the condenser. Didn't take the fan off, didn't do nothing, didn't clean anything else out, and that was it. Spent hardly no time at all. Okay. So he comes back and he says, I can't find anything wrong with your unit. Everything looks fine. Yada, yada, yada. I thought, okay, so I guess it's maybe just the extreme heat, and that's why the AC cannot bring the house back down to where it needs to be. So, next day, you get up, guys, and it is hot, it's warm, and then the AC, the temperature in the house, it climbed to 80 freaking degrees, and I'm thinking, this is not right. I mean, this is not right. This unit is not working right. It should be running until it gets down to the temperature I set. You know, no matter how long it takes. And so, with that, this was 4 days ago. So I waited until after the weekend was over to call my regular air conditioning company to come out and try to figure out what was wrong with my unit. And so the guy shows up today, doesn't check the outside unit. I explained to him what was going on, goes upstairs, 10 seconds. He's already figured, I went up with him, I watched him, 10 seconds, and he figured out what was wrong with the system. Okay? And so I'm chit-chatting with him a little bit, and I asked him, I said, is that something a tech should be able to find right off the bat if they're looking at it? You know? Or checking for it. He said, yeah, you would hope so. I told him, I said, well, the kid came upstairs, he looked at the air handler, come back down the ladder and tells me that he cannot see anything wrong with the unit. And I take his word for it. Okay. I'll take his word for it. So I told the tech today, I said, well, that's interesting because I just had another service tech from a different company 4 days ago tell me that there's nothing wrong with the unit. But on the way out, after I paid him my $30 because he didn't have change, he said, now, well, if it starts acting up during the hot part of the day, give us a call back. And I'm thinking, So that's why I called my regular air conditioning company to come check out the unit. They're the ones who installed it. It's still under warranty. And I was just trying to save a little money on the cleaning for $29. So, my thing is, guys, stay away from the Home Depot $29 AC clean scam, and that's all it is. My tech told me today all that is a way for a company or air conditioning service to get their foot inside of your home, and then they go from there and try to give you add-ons and do this and do that. That's all that is. They actually do not do anything worthwhile at that visit. Yeah, they check some pressures, but you don't even know if that's accurate. They tell you, yes, if you have a problem the next day while it's a hot part of the day, to give them a call. They're trying to lure you in to call them. Then they can come out, charge you a service fee, then charge you for whatever else it is that you need to have done. And to me, guys, that is just not right. They should not be trying to take advantage of you whatsoever. And you know, it's a damn shame we live in a country where auto dealerships, air conditioning companies, they will rip you off just because they know they can, and they know that you don't know any different. I mean, if you're not an air conditioning tech yourself, you do not know what they are saying, if it's true, false, or what. Okay? I mean, I'm not no dumbass by no means, but I am not an AC tech. I mean, I can do some basic things, yes. But as far as troubleshooting goes, that is above my freaking pay grade. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, stay the hell away from the Home Depot $29 AC cleaning scam. Just don't go there. Save yourself some trouble. Go ahead and call out your regular dude, or get somebody to come out and do an actual full-scale maintenance cleaning, guys, and you will fare a whole lot better. And you get your unit fixed, and you won't have to do like I did, wake up the next day, it's 80 degrees in the house, and it's like, what in the hell's going on? So I'm going to take you guys upstairs in my attic and show you exactly what was wrong in case this ever happens to you. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have it set on 73. Right now it is 75 according to the thermostat. At 2 o'clock when the tech left, it was at 78. And here it is going on 8 or 7. And it takes an hour to drop that temp at least 1.5 degrees every hour until the humidity is drawn out of the house. So it's a lot better than 78 today. So it will take this maybe another several hours to get down to 73. And with that, let's crawl up this attic and I'll show you what was going on. And hopefully, maybe, this will help you guys out some. And it's freaking hot up here. Oh my Lord. I have a micro switch right here, guys. That's the neatest thing for your attic. You tie it in, and when you close the attic door, the steps, push, light goes up, open, on. That's pretty neat. And I have one in my kitchen pantry as well. But anyway, guys, here's what was going on with this air handler right here. This unit is only 4 years old, and so I couldn't understand why I'm having trouble, you know. So right here, guys, this was the issue. This is your drain trap. You have a switch that sits right here, okay? Now, as you can see here, you have water right here. So what was happening, apparently it was clogged. He pulls this off, this is a safety switch, and if water backs up into this right here, it will cycle your unit off and on. And that is what was happening to mine. It would actually, it would have a slow drain. It would actually back up, trip the switch, and would shut off the unit prematurely, okay? It would leak back down, the unit would come back on. So this is why I couldn't figure out what in the hell was going on with the thermostat and why it wasn't cooling, because it wasn't running long enough to cool the house because of this right here, guys. So if you run into the situation where your unit comes on, or you hear the contactor kick in but the condenser doesn't come on, and then 30 seconds later it starts up, and that's because this drained down enough for the switch to come back on, guys. That is something you need to remember, and it may save you a crap ton of money, because getting the tech out these days, it's not cheap. And I will go over some of the numbers for you. But this right here, guys, if you can clean this out yourself, and there's YouTube videos on there, and I didn't have a clue because I didn't check it, because the other tech told me 4 days ago that the system was fine. He could not find nothing wrong, and this is something that he should have looked at. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. So with that, guys, it's hot as hell. And we'll go back outside and I'll explain some numbers to you, and we'll finish up this video. Alright guys, it was hot up in that attic. But anyway, I wanted to share with you what it could cost you just for a simple drain line flush. He was up there 10 minutes. No compressed air, no nothing. He just took a brush and cleaned the trap, basically. And that was it. 10 minutes. So the service call, guys, and this is what he found, just so you know. A closed drain line which tripped the drain safety. So, service fee, $149. Clean the drain line, guys, $263.75. And didn't do nothing except swab it with a freaking 6-inch brush. So the total was $412.75. Now, that is, to me, extreme for that, you know. I mean, if you think about it, most companies would be honest enough maybe to knock off at least the freaking service call fee, or add that to the work. But that's what it was, guys, for 10 minutes work and a trip out. So I want to share that with y'all. So if y'all have the same issue and you can't figure out why the house is not cooling, you have a 7 to 8 degree difference between the inside temp and the thermostat, check the freaking drain line, guys. There are YouTube videos out there on how to do that. I would have done that myself, but I was putting faith in the tech that come out and did the cheap $29 cleaning, and he assured me that the system was fine, and that's what I was going by. So there you have it. I wanted to share that with y'all, and I hope y'all have had a good day so far. I know it's a brand new start to a new week, and with that being said, guys, I want to give each and every one of y'all a toast because you deserve it. And there we go. And it's hot. I'm sweating bullets. Damn. Dark Horse Nation, what do we say? Damn, that's good. Alright, guys. Please like, subscribe, share. It's free. It doesn't cost nothing. And with that, let's finish out the day with some relaxing all-world music. What do you say? And y'all have a great night. Be safe tomorrow. And I will catch y'all again soon.